Hey, what is going on, guys? Future Tech here, and today I want to talk about this guy and this. So, I want a Magic Mouse 3, and it's been a while since we've got a refresh to the Magic Mouse, and the Magic Mouse 1 was pretty good, and then the Magic Mouse 2, they made it a little slimmer and put this on the bottom of it. So now if you want to charge it, you gotta plug it in and you can't use it. Come on, Apple. So let's get a Magic Mouse 3. One of my only few complaints with the Magic Mouse 2 is the charging port. You could argue that it's okay right here because when the Magic Mouse 1 ran out of batteries, you had to take the thing off, take the batteries out, and you had to run around and scramble and look for batteries. Once you finally found them, you ran all the way back over here, took the mouse on, put them back, put the batteries in there, closed it up, turn it on, and I would say that'd probably take about, 5 minutes, to be fair. 5 minutes from when the mouse dies to when it's powered back on, 5 minutes. But if you charge this, you can actually get a lot of charge in just like 3 or 4 minutes, so it's really not that bad, especially if you just charge it when you're not gonna use the PC for a while, if you're going out for a weekend or something, because this thing lasts forever on a charge. So it's not that big of a deal. But when you really need to use your Mac and this is the only thing you have, especially for like editing and it dies and it's just frustrating because you can't just charge it and use it, I think a Magic Mouse 3 with wireless charging would be great because you could use it on a wireless charger, first of all. But I think Apple could do what Razer's doing. And right now, Razer has a mouse that they just released that is wireless and only works when you put it on the specific mouse pad. Now, I don't want Apple to do that. They'd get so much crap for that. But the fact that the mouse never has to be charged, never needs to have batteries, you just put it on a mouse pad and it works, is cool. And I think that if Apple kept the cheese standard in a Magic Mouse 3 and would sell a mouse pad that you could work it on, it would never die, which would be awesome. And if you think Apple's is too expensive, then there could be a third-party cheaper option, kind of like what the wireless chargers are like now. AirPower is rumored to be up to upwards of $200. But aside from the whole charging issue, which is the main flaw with this mouse in my opinion, here's some things that they can add to make the mouse even better. First of all, the trackpads on MacBooks have had 3D touch since like 2015, 2013. I mean, these guys, they've got, these have Force Touch. On the trackpad, it's hard to imagine that a mouse been refreshed a few years ago didn't come out with Force Touch. But I mean, I just think it'd be a really nice tool because I like on the MacBooks how if there's a word you don't quite know the definition of, you can just Force Touch it real quick, gives you a dictionary. I'd love to be able to do that on a Mac with the mouse. I think that'd be really cool. Plus, during editing, Force Touch would be awesome. Make editing a lot easier. On top of Force Touch, I think a Taptic engine would be really cool in here because you have this glass. I don't know if you can tell. There's a dip where the mouse has to physically move and it clicks every time it moves, and that has potential to break. And this glass actually slides on my mouse. It slides left and right, and I don't think it's supposed to do that, but it does over time, and it starts to wear out. And I think you could really improve the longevity of this mouse if it was solid and didn't move, and it was just a Taptic engine, because Apple's Taptic engine is great, just like the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. Home buttons, you couldn't even tell they weren't real. And I even think you could put a touch bar on this, and before you guys freak out and say that would be idiotic, I think there's 2 places where a touch bar could work. So one would be up here, just at the very top lip, because no one really, when they hold their mouse, is holding it all the way up here and clicking up here. You hold it, your fingers probably rest around this area here. So if you had a little touch bar, maybe like a scrubber, like if you were on photos or editing, you could scrub video really quick just by sliding your finger across the top. I think that'd be really intuitive, really cool. Also, you could put one maybe on the side, a vertical one, or even down here, have a little function area. This one doesn't make as much sense because you'd have to take your hand, take it off, move around here, and then take it back. But it would be nice to just have it there. But I think if they put one up here, it'd be really cool. It could add a lot of functionality to this mouse, and I know it would probably drive the price up, but I think it'd be worth it, especially for editing and for professionals. And lastly, this is just kind of maybe a personal thing, but I think this mouse is a little bit too slim. I mean, most mice are a little wider than this for ergonomic reasons, and even these are kind of small. Like my Razer, I really like my Razer mouse because it's a lot wider. The Razer mouse is really wide, it fits in the hand really well. And when you compare it to this guy, I don't know, this right here is nice because you can rest your hand on it and no part of your hand really drags. Whereas when you're holding this guy, it's a lot smaller. So I think that if the Magic Mouse was just a little bit smaller, one second, maybe like, yeah, got one of these guys back. Like my old Razer Naga. Here's a good side by side. This is a little bit smaller. It's definitely thinner, so it doesn't feel quite as ergonomic, but you can get used to that. It's really narrow, so when you're using it on the desk, it's almost like you have to ball your hand up while you're using it because you don't want your hand dragging on the desk. So that's just kind of a personal thing. I would like to see them make it a little bit wider, but that's kind of my wish list for Magic Mouse 3. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is there something else that they could add to it to make it better? Do you think that's too many things that make the mouse way too expensive? Let me know. Leave me a like if you liked the video. Leave me a dislike if you think the Magic Mouse is fine or you like the Magic Trackpad. Later, guys.